The days between August 28th and August 31st, 2025, are not just ordinary dates on a calendar. They mark a conjunction that astrologers, mystics, and ancient seers alike have whispered about for centuries. This is not casual energy. This is planetary. Recalibration, an energetic reset so powerful that every soul alive will feel its pulse, but only the chosen will understand its meaning. You are not drawn here by accident. If these words are reaching you, it is because you are meant to prepare. You are meant to awaken before this window opens, and you are meant to hold this light when the collective trembles. I need you to listen with your heart, not just your ears. The universe is shifting the frequency of time itself, and the veil between the seen and unseen is thinning faster than ever. Many will dismiss their headaches, their restless nights, their racing heartbeats as random inconveniences. But you already know better. You have felt the energy growing heavier in recent weeks. You have noticed your sleep breaking into fragments, as if your spirit were being pulled into other dimensions. You have awakened with vivid dreams, symbols you cannot explain, numbers flashing before your eyes. 111, 333, 999. These are not coincidences. They are activation codes, aligning you for what is coming. During this planetary conjunction, the Earth itself will exhale. It is as though the cosmos is pressing a reset button, realigning not only the movement of the planets but the destiny of humanity. And here is the truth most will not want to hear. This recalibration will not feel gentle. It will shake loose illusions, dissolve relationships built on false ground, and demand that every soul face the truth of who they really are. If you have felt waves of dizziness, ringing in your ears, or the sensation that time itself bends and stretches, then you are already attuned to this shift. You are not breaking down. You are breaking open. I need to give you this urgent warning because when the energy peaks between August 28th and August 31st, many will be caught off guard. They will believe they are losing control, when in fact, they are being reborn. Do not fall into fear. Do not resist what feels like chaos. The ancient prophecies were clear. Before the dawn of a new cycle, the collective will endure nights of disorientation. This is exactly where we are. And this message is arriving to you now so that you will remember, when the symptoms intensify, when your sleep is torn apart by dreams that feel too real, you are not alone and you are not broken. You are being recalibrated. The reason this matters is because your energy is needed. The chosen ones, the ones who feel drawn to this message, are anchors for the new vibration. You are here not only to experience the shift, but to stabilize it for those around you. And that is why I must ask something of you right now. If you are resonating with what I am saying, if your heart is already racing with recognition, then I need you to do 3 things. First, make sure you are subscribed, because the next messages I will share will guide you step by step through this window. Second, like this video so that the algorithm can carry it to more souls who are meant to see it. And third, leave a comment below with the number 111. That number is not random. It is the vibration of alignment, of awakening, of stepping on to the true path. By writing it, you are not only anchoring your own intention, but sending out a signal into the collective grid. This moment is sacred and the urgency is real. You will see people around you struggle with sudden anxiety, insomnia, unexplained body aches. Relationships may crack open in ways that feel shocking. Do not view these as accidents. These are the symptoms of planetary energetic recalibration. They are the signs that humanity is being lifted into a higher octave. And if you're still here, still listening, it means you are ready. You are among the few who were meant to hold this knowledge before the peak arrives. Remember this: what feels like breaking is really birthing. What feels like endings are actually openings. And when the world seems loud with confusion, return to this truth. You were meant to hear these words, you were meant to feel these stirrings, and you were meant to rise through this gateway. August 28th through 31st is not just another span of days. It is the cosmic threshold. Prepare your spirit, anchor your light, and declare your readiness now by writing 111. The universe is listening, and your destiny is unfolding. On the nights of August 28th through August 31st, something extraordinary will unfold above us. Mars, the planet of fire, action, and divine masculine energy, will move into a powerful conjunction with the Moon, the great reflector of emotion, intuition, and divine feminine wisdom. When these two forces meet, it is more than astronomy. It is alchemy. The ancients called it the marriage of the heavens, a union that dissolves polarity and births a new balance within the human soul. This is why the symptoms have already begun. This is why your body and spirit are being prepared for the download of what mystics call gamma light, the highest spectrum of spiritual frequency entering Earth at this time. Gamma light is not something you can see with your eyes, but you can feel it in your cells. Scientists know it as the most intense wave of energy, but spiritual seers know it as crystalline 5D coding, the spark that unlocks dormant strands of your higher DNA. This energy descends during planetary alignments like this, seeping into the Earth's magnetic field and rippling through your chakras. That's why some of you have felt a trembling in your legs, heat in your abdomen, or an ache in your stomach. These are not random discomforts. They are signs that your lower three chakras, the root, the sacral, and the solar plexus, are receiving direct upgrades. The root chakra, at the base of your spine, is where security and stability live. When gamma light touches it, you may feel sudden bursts of fear, as though the ground beneath you is shifting. But this is not punishment. It is release. Old survival patterns, outdated karmic contracts, and ancestral fear imprints are being burned away. The Earth itself is lending you her stability, calling you to root deeper than before. The sacral chakra, just below your navel, governs creativity, sexuality, and flow. Under the Mars-Moon conjunction, this center will surge with both passion and cleansing. Some will feel a rush of inspiration, others may feel sudden waves of emotion or even grief. This is the womb of rebirth. Mars ignites it with fire, the Moon softens it with water, and together they awaken your ability to create from a higher dimension. The solar plexus, the seat of confidence and will, is perhaps the most dramatically affected. Many of you may already feel tension in your stomach, bloating, or butterflies that seem to come out of nowhere. This is your personal power center being rewritten. Mars lends courage, the Moon lends intuition, and their union births a new kind of leadership within you, one not based on domination, but on alignment. All of these physical sensations, fatigue, heat waves, ringing in the ears, emotional surges, are not signs of weakness. They are spiritual upgrades. They are proof that your vessel is being recalibrated to hold more light. Imagine a chalice being stretched to contain a greater nectar. That is what your body is becoming, a crystalline container for 5D frequency. This conjunction is also the union of divine masculine and divine feminine energies. Mars is the archetypal warrior, direct and assertive. The Moon is the sacred mother, soft, nurturing, cyclical. When they meet in the sky, they mirror what is happening within you, the parts of you that have felt divided, your ambition and your intuition, your logic and your emotion, your strength and your sensitivity are being called into sacred marriage. This is not about choosing one side. It is about integration. The universe is teaching you how to carry both, harmonized in balance within your own soul. Most people will miss this moment. They will toss and turn at night, frustrated by insomnia, unaware that their bodies are absorbing gamma codes. They will fight against the emotions rising from their sacral chakra, dismissing them as mood swings. They will fear the burning in their stomach, not realizing it is the ignition of their solar plexus. But you are different. You were guided here so that you would not only endure these changes, but embrace them. The Mars-Moon conjunction is a celestial mirror. It shows us the integration of fire and water, action and reflection, masculine and feminine. And just as the planets unite in the heavens, you are being invited to unite within yourself. This is why the gamma light feels so intense, why your chakras are pulsing with new energy, why your dreams are vivid and strange. It is not chaos. It is creation. You are not falling apart. You are being rewoven. Remember this when the symptoms intensify. Whisper to yourself, "This is my upgrade. This is my integration." And know, deep in your being, that you were chosen to embody this 5D crystalline light. Before we step deeper into the heart of this message, I need to prepare you. Between August 28th and August 31st, manifestation is not gradual. It is instantaneous. The veil is so thin, the cosmic current so charged, that every thought, every intention, every word spoken carries the power of immediate creation. This is why some souls rise into miracles during such portals, while others spiral into confusion. It is not because the universe favors one person over another. It is because of alignment, discipline, and what I call energetic hygiene. Think of this moment the way a surgeon thinks of recovery after an operation. When the body has been cut open and sewn back together, every instruction must be followed. Exactly. You don't touch the wound with dirty hands. You don't ignore the healing process. You protect it, nurture it, and respect the fragile, sacred period of repair. The same is true for this planetary recalibration. The energy body, the subtle layers of your chakras, aura, and soul contracts, is wide open. It is vulnerable, and, if you neglect its care, you risk infection of the spirit, doubt, fear, and karmic entanglement. That is why I must introduce the framework of the 9 critical mistakes. These are the errors that most people make during powerful energetic portals. And make no mistake, if you avoid them, you will rise into the highest possible frequency of this conjunction. If you fall into them, your manifestation will collapse, under its own weight. This is not meant to scare you. It is meant to equip you, to protect you, to ensure that the blessings already written for you do not slip through your fingers. Each of these 9 mistakes represents a place where energy leaks, where destiny is delayed, and where the fragile alignment of this moment can be disrupted. And as I share them, I want you to listen not with your mind, but with your intuition. Notice where your body reacts, where you feel that familiar pull in your chest or your stomach. That is your higher self pointing to the lessons you most need. If you're still here, it means you are ready. Let us begin with the first mistake. The first critical mistake, and perhaps the most dangerous during this window, is low vibrational communication. Gossip, complaining, criticism, and negative storytelling may seem harmless to most people, but during this conjunction, they are lethal to manifestation. Words are not simply sounds carried through the air. They are sonic frequencies, vibrational codes that weave directly into the quantum field. Every sentence is a spell. Every word either anchors you into abundance or drags you back into lack. This is why the ancients warned that the tongue is sharper than a sword. In ordinary times, complaining might only reinforce stagnant energy. But in this portal, where manifestation is instantaneous, every low vibrational word becomes an energetic seed that grows immediately. A whispered doubt can cancel an answered prayer. A careless complaint can scatter the blessings lining up for you. You must become radically conscious of the language flowing through your lips. Think of your words as paintbrushes. The universe has rolled out a blank canvas before you between August 28th and August 31st. Each phrase you speak paints reality onto that canvas. Will you paint it with bright strokes of faith, gratitude, and alignment? Or will you stain it with shadows of fear, gossip, and envy? This is the choice you face every single time you open your mouth in this season. Low vibrational communication also opens the door to what mystics call energetic parasites. These are not monsters in the shadows, but thought forms, entities, and collective energies that feed on fear, judgment, and negativity. When you gossip, you don't just waste energy, you leak it. You create cracks in your aura where parasitic frequencies attach themselves. That sudden wave of exhaustion after complaining, that heavy sadness after joining a negative conversation. It's not coincidence. It's proof of energy theft. And here is where the danger deepens. During the Mars-Moon conjunction, your aura is wide open. The recalibration process is stretching your energy field to hold more light. But when it is stretched, it is also tender, like a healing wound. Imagine just having surgery and then rolling in the dirt. That's what complaining or gossiping does in this sacred window. It infects the wound. It delays the healing. It contaminates the upgrade your soul has been waiting for. Most people will not notice. They will scroll on their phones, whisper about others, curse their own circumstances without realizing they are cursing themselves. But you are not most people. You were guided to this message because you are meant to break that pattern. You are meant to rise above the collective noise, and if you do, you will notice something miraculous. The moment you discipline your speech, your manifestations accelerate. Prayers feel answered before you finish them. Synchronicities appear daily. Numbers, signs, doors opening without resistance. This is not magic. It is resonance. To help you hold this vibration, I will give you a simple practice. Every time you feel the urge to complain, pause, breathe, and instead transmute the energy into gratitude. Instead of, "I am so tired of this," say, "I am grateful this is teaching me strength." Instead of gossiping about someone else's flaws, affirm their light in silence. May they rise into their highest self. The shift may feel small, but in vibrational mathematics, it is monumental. And now I must ask you to take a stand. Right here, right now. If you are hearing these words and they resonate, declare it publicly in the comments. Write, "I am awake." By doing this, you are not just leaving a digital note. You are anchoring a frequency. You are proclaiming to the universe that you will no longer participate in low vibrational communication, that you are ready to speak only words that align with the highest timeline. And as you write it, feel the vibration in your chest. Feel your throat chakra activate. This is how the new world begins. One awakened word at a time. Do not underestimate the power of this mistake. Many will fail here because it feels so subtle. They will say, "What harm is there in venting?" And yet they will wonder why their manifestations collapse. But you will know. You will remember this message. Words are spells. Every complaint is a curse. Every blessing spoken is a door opening. Choose wisely, because the canvas of destiny is waiting for your next word. The second mistake is one of the most insidious because it hides in plain sight. Mindless consumption. And we must begin with what you feed your mind. News headlines, endless social media scrolling, violent entertainment. They all seem like harmless distractions. But during this planetary recalibration, they are not neutral. They are frequency warfare. You see, the collective 3D matrix was designed to hold souls in fear, division, and confusion. It thrives on constant stimulation, constant noise, constant bombardment of images that lower your vibration. Every breaking news alert, every algorithm-fed drama, every horror or crime show you watch isn't just passing through your mind. It's being absorbed into your psychic field. Your aura is like a sponge, and when the veil is thin, you absorb. Far more than you realize. Have you ever noticed how after scrolling on social media you feel anxious, agitated, or unworthy without knowing why? That is not random. You are absorbing the fear, envy, and anger embedded in those frequencies. During ordinary times you may recover quickly, but in this conjunction window, when your aura is stretched wide open, the cost is enormous. You cannot afford to let toxic frequencies hijack your vibration. The news is not designed to inform you. It is designed to program you. Violent entertainment is not simply fiction. It is frequency imprinting. Each image, each sound, enters the subconscious and weaves into your manifestation field. The result is what mystics call psychic absorption. You carry stories that are not yours, emotions that do not belong to you, and visions that disrupt the clarity of your higher timeline. This is why so many chosen souls feel drained without explanation. They are unconsciously carrying collective trauma through the psychic sludge of mindless media consumption. It's like drinking dirty water every day and wondering why the body becomes ill. But instead of the body, it is the energy field that becomes clogged, heavy, and unable to transmit manifestation clearly. During this portal, every thought is amplified, every frequency magnified. To consume violent images or fear-driven stories during this period is to seed those realities into your own timeline. Do you see how dangerous this is? The portal is fertile soil. Whatever enters your consciousness becomes a seed. Feed it with fear, and you grow chains. Feed it with divine truth, and you grow miracles. That is why you must be ruthless in guarding your mind during these days. Turn off the endless news cycle. Step away from social feeds that trigger comparison, fear, or rage. Be intentional with what you watch, listen to, and absorb. Instead, choose frequencies that lift you. Sacred music, affirmations, guided meditations, ancient wisdom texts. These are not luxuries. They are survival tools. Because in this war of frequencies, what you consume decides your reality. If you have felt guided here, it means you are ready to awaken from the hypnosis of the 3D matrix. And this awakening begins not with grand gestures, but with small, daily choices. One less scroll. One less violent image. One more word of truth. 1. More minute of silence. Protect your psychic field like a holy temple, because that's exactly what it is. Mindless consumption is not only what you feed your mind, but also what you feed your body. Every bite of food, every sip of drink, every substance you allow into your vessel carries a frequency. Some foods carry the vibration of life, while others carry the frequency of artificiality, decay, and distortion. During ordinary times, your body can mask the difference. But during this conjunction, when gamma light is streaming through your cells, the effects are immediate and magnified. Processed foods, laden with chemicals, preservatives, and artificial dyes, do not just disrupt your digestion. They disrupt your frequency. They are coated with the energy of factories, machines, and manipulation. When you eat them, your aura dims, your chakras constrict, and your manifestation field clogs. Refined sugar floods your system with chaos, scattering your focus, hijacking your sacral and solar plexus, and creating energetic static. And then there is alcohol. I must be clear here. Alcohol is not just a beverage. In spiritual terms, it is called spirits, for a reason. It lowers the vibration of your auric field, so dramatically that it opens portals for attachment. Sensitive souls often describe the feeling of being taken over when drinking heavily, and this is not an exaggeration. Alcohol makes the aura porous, creating cracks where wandering entities can attach themselves. During this planetary recalibration, when your field is already tender, alcohol becomes a spiritual poison. The same is true for substances that numb rather than awaken. They may offer temporary escape, but they exact a steep spiritual price. They tether you to lower dimensions when you are being called to rise higher. They interfere with the crystalline coating your body is receiving from the gamma light. It's like pouring mud into a chalice designed to hold nectar. Contrast this with high-frequency foods: fresh fruits, living vegetables, pure water, herbal teas. These carry the vibration of life, light, and renewal. They align your cells with the 5D crystalline template. When you consume them, you feel lighter, clearer, more connected. You are not just feeding the body, you are feeding the aura, the chakras, the soul itself. This is why during sacred windows, spiritual traditions across the world emphasize fasting, cleansing, or simple, natural foods. It is not superstition. It is energetic hygiene. Your vessel must be as clear as possible to hold the codes pouring in. Every food choice is an act of alignment. Every drink is a declaration. I choose light, I choose clarity, I choose awakening. Remember this: what you consume, you become. Guard your vessel as you guard your words. Protect your temple because the universe is pouring new frequencies into it now. The third mistake, and one that could cost you the very blessings waiting to arrive, is impulsive decision-making. During this conjunction, the planetary energy is fiery, restless, and urgent, driven by Mars, the planet of action, force, and intensity. Many will feel as if they must leap, act, decide, and change everything at once. But hear this clearly: that urgency is not truth. It is distortion. Mars energy, unbalanced by the cooling reflection of the moon, creates the illusion of now or never. It whispers lies of scarcity, telling you that opportunities will vanish unless you move immediately. But this is a trap, designed to pull you out of alignment with divine timing. The truth is, the doorway opening during August 28th to 31st is not calling for reckless movement. It is calling for deep internal processing. Think of it like baking bread. The ingredients may be mixed, the oven may be hot, the aroma may fill the room. But if you pull the bread out too early, it collapses. It cannot nourish, it cannot serve. All the effort is wasted because patience was absent. That is what impulsive decision-making does in this energetic season. It pulls the bread from the oven of the soul before it is fully risen. You may feel pressure to change jobs, to end or begin relationships, to move, to make financial leaps. Some of you may even feel your heart racing as opportunities appear suddenly, as if destiny itself is pushing you. But pause, breathe. Remember this: true alignment never comes wrapped in panic. It comes with peace, even when it requires courage. If fear and urgency are driving you, step back. If doubt and scarcity are whispering in your ear, wait. This is not a time for outward upheaval. It is a time for inward calibration. The Mars-Moon conjunction is stirring the roots of your being, excavating old wounds, activating your solar plexus. It is normal to feel restless, unsettled, and eager to fix life by acting quickly. But the higher calling is to sit in the fire without running, to let the energy process you from the inside before you project it onto the external world. Think of the caterpillar inside the chrysalis. If it tore itself out before the transformation was complete, its wings would never form. That is what impulsive decisions do during this conjunction. They tear open the chrysalis prematurely, leaving you fragile, unprepared, and unable to fly. But if you allow the alchemy to finish, the unfolding will be effortless, graceful, and inevitable. This does not mean you must do nothing. It means your action must be inward, not outward. Journal, meditate, fast, pray. Allow the emotions to rise and fall like waves without assigning them to external changes. Process the fire in your solar plexus with patience. Let the visions come, without rushing to manifest them physically. This is spiritual gestation, and every soul aligned with this frequency is being asked to honor it. Most people will not. They will make drastic choices under the influence of Mars, quitting jobs without a plan, ending sacred partnerships in a moment of frustration, making financial moves they later regret. And when the dust settles after the conjunction, they will realize they acted from urgency, not alignment. But you do not have to repeat their mistake. You were given this message to rise above it. I will give you a simple anchor. When you feel the fire of impulsive decision burning within you, repeat this truth. If it is truly mine, it will wait for me. If it is divine, it will not vanish. This affirmation cuts through the illusion of urgency and reminds you of the eternal truth of divine timing. And now, I invite you to declare your alignment in the comments below. Write the words, "I am a clear vessel of light." By writing this, you are claiming patience, clarity, and trust. You are telling the universe that you will not allow impulsivity to steal your blessings, that you are willing to hold space for the bread of destiny to finish rising. And as you type these words, feel your solar plexus soften. Feel the fire become steady instead of chaotic. Feel the calmness of alignment wrap around you. Remember, the conjunction does not demand reckless action. It demands inner stillness. It is not about rushing into the new. It is about allowing the new to ripen fully within you. The bread will rise. The wings will form. The path will unfold. But only if you honor the timing of your soul instead of the urgency of Mars. Trust this. You are not late, you are not behind, and you do not need to act in panic. Your alignment is enough. Your clarity is the magnet. And when the moment is right, your external world will shift with ease, without struggle, without collapse. Hold your fire within. Process it. Breathe. Wait. Because the miracles meant for you are not vanishing. They are still rising in the oven of your soul. The fourth mistake, and one of the most subtle yet destructive, is fear-based future thinking. In this window between August 28th and August 31st, your thoughts are not whispers lost in the air. They are direct commands to the quantum field. Every scenario you play out in your mind, every fear you rehearse, every what if drenched in worry is being registered as instruction by the universe. The manifestation window is wide open, and it does not filter. It does not distinguish between your fears and your hopes. It only magnifies what you feed it. This is why so many souls unknowingly sabotage their blessings. They pray for abundance, yet they picture lack. They long for love, yet they imagine betrayal. They ask for health, yet they replay the worst-case scenarios in their minds before they sleep. And because this portal is so fertile, those fears germinate instantly, weaving themselves into timelines that were never meant to be yours. Understand this. The battleground is not outside of you. It is within your thoughts. Negative entities, energetic parasites, and the residue of collective fear thrive by planting seeds in your imagination. They want you to run the movie of failure in your mind until it becomes prophecy. They cannot create reality themselves, but they trick you into doing it for them. This is the true war of frequencies. Your mind is the field, your thoughts are the weapons, and your future is the prize. But here is the gift. You are not powerless. You are the sovereign creator, and you can choose thought replacement. This is the art of catching a fear-based projection and transmuting it instantly into alignment. When you catch yourself thinking, "What if I lose everything?" replace it with, "What if everything I desire is already on its way?" When you hear the whisper, "What if I get sick?" replace it with, What if my body is healing in ways I can't even see yet? It may feel artificial at first, but repetition rewires the field. Each replacement is a recalibration, each positive image a new command written into the quantum matrix. The more you practice, the more automatic it becomes. And soon, instead of unconsciously creating from fear, you will find yourself naturally creating from faith. This mental discipline is not optional in this window. It is survival. Because fear-based future thinking is the easiest way to collapse your manifestation field. It is like planting weeds in your own garden and then wondering why the flowers cannot grow. But if you pull those weeds the moment they sprout and replace them with seeds of hope, gratitude, and vision, your harvest will be miraculous. Remember this truth. Fear imagines the future without God. Faith imagines the future with God at the center. Which vision do you want the universe to magnify for you during this portal? I want you to take this seriously, because most people will not. They will assume their thoughts are private, inconsequential, forgotten as soon as they pass. They will not realize that each thought is a living vibration sent directly into the field. But you will know better. You have been given this knowledge so you can rise above the collective hypnosis and protect your timeline. And here is your anchor. When you feel fear-based scenarios trying to hijack your mind, place your hand on your heart and speak aloud. I am not available for fear. I am a clear vessel of light. These words cut cords immediately, reclaiming your field from parasitic influence and returning you to alignment. Now, I ask you to declare it below. Write in the comments, I am a clear vessel of light. By doing this, you are not just affirming, you are activating. You are anchoring your mind in sovereignty, choosing to imagine futures drenched in faith, abundance, and divine support. This act sends ripples through the quantum field, strengthening your alignment and protecting your manifestation from collapse. Do not let your imagination be hijacked. Do not allow fear to write your prophecy. The window is open. The soil is fertile, and the seeds you plant in thought will bloom rapidly. Choose them with care. Choose them with intention. Choose them with faith. Because in this season, your thoughts are not shadows. They are destiny. The fifth mistake that can quietly dismantle your manifestation field during this Mars-Moon conjunction is ruminating on past wounds. The Moon, especially when magnified by planetary alignment, does not simply govern the tides of the sea, it governs the tides of your subconscious. It stirs up memories, old heartbreaks, betrayals, and losses that you thought were buried. This is not punishment. It is revelation. The moon shines its silver light into the caverns of the psyche, exposing what was hidden. But here is where the danger lies. You must distinguish between remembering and reliving. To remember is to witness the wound with detachment, to acknowledge, yes, this happened, and yes, it shaped me. To relive is to drag the pain back into the present, to replay the scene in full color, to feel the same heartbreak as though it were happening now. The first brings closure, the second reopens the scar, and in this portal, to relive is to reattach. It is to sew the cords back into your body, giving your life force away to ghosts that were meant to stay in the past. You must understand, the quantum field does not perceive time the way you do. If you replay the betrayal from 10 years ago, with the same emotions, the field records it as happening now. It magnifies it, feeds it, and builds it into your present reality. This is how people accidentally anchor themselves to cycles of suffering that should have ended long ago. So, what do you do when the memories surface? You do not suppress them, for suppression only makes them stronger. Instead, you engage in visualization, techniques for cord cutting. Imagine the person, the situation, the wound standing before you. See the cord that connects your body to theirs, a cord pulsing with old energy, draining your strength. Then, in your mind's eye, call upon the divine light. See a golden blade descend into your hand? Speak aloud. I honor the lesson. I release the attachment. I am free. Then cut the cord in one clean motion, watching it dissolve into pure light. You may have to repeat this more than once. Deep wounds often weave multiple cords into the heart, the mind, the sacral, even the solar plexus. But each time you cut, you reclaim your sovereignty. Each time you cut, you send a message to the universe. I choose freedom over bondage. I choose now over then. This practice transforms remembering into ritual. The past is acknowledged, honored, and then dissolved into wisdom. You do not deny it, nor do you replay it. You alchemize it. The moon will continue to pull at your subconscious during this period, but you are not at its mercy. You are the alchemist, and the moon is only the mirror. When you use its light to see what cords remain, you are not cursed. You are being given the tools to liberate yourself. And here is the key. Every time you cut a cord, you make space for higher frequencies to anchor. Every time you stop reliving, you stop feeding the old timeline and start building the new one. What once drained you will become fuel. What once imprisoned you will become wisdom. What once defined you will simply become part of the soil that nourishes your rebirth. This is why I tell you, do not ruminate, do not replay. Let memory be the book on your shelf, not the movie playing on repeat in your mind. Because in this sacred season, your imagination is the projector, and what you replay is what you manifest. If you are ready to cut the cords and step free of the loops of suffering, anchor this truth now. Place your hand over your heart. Breathe deeply and type these words in the comments, I am free. This is not just affirmation, it is initiation. It tells the field that you are no longer consenting to be bound by what was. You are walking forward, lightened, sovereign, whole. Release the past. The moon may bring it to the surface, but you decide what to do with it. Choose remembering, not reliving. Choose freedom, not entrapment. And declare boldly into the quantum, I am free. One of the most overlooked mistakes during this sacred window is the compulsion to stay busy, overactivity, the refusal to rest, the denial of your body's quiet whispers. Right now, your body is undergoing what can only be described as an energetic upgrade. The cells of your vessel are recalibrating to hold higher frequencies, your nervous system is being rewired, and your subtle energy bodies are being attuned to a new resonance. This is not metaphor. It is physics of the unseen. And just as a computer cannot install a new operating system while running dozens of programs, your body cannot anchor these new codes while you are endlessly in motion. Yet, so many of you remain trapped in the programming of the 3D productivity matrix. The belief that your worth is tied to output, that if you are not achieving, producing, performing, you are falling behind. This is one of the deepest spells cast over humanity. The idea that stillness is laziness, that silence is unproductive, that rest is indulgence. Understand this clearly. Rest is not indulgence, it is initiation. In this window, stillness is not optional, it is required. If you resist it, you will short-circuit your own upgrade. Fatigue, dizziness, headaches, emotional breakdowns. These are not failures of your body. They are signals. The higher frequencies are pressing in, and your vessel is crying for integration. To ignore those signals and keep pushing is like trying to run a marathon immediately after surgery. The body may stumble forward, but healing is sabotaged. Integration is delayed. Wounds reopen. This is why so many feel burned out in spiritual seasons. They attempted to carry the new energy with the old operating system. So I give you this permission structure. Rest radically. Sleep when your body asks. Step away from the noise, from the endless scrolling, from the compulsion to fill every hour with tasks. Allow yourself to do nothing and understand that in that nothingness, everything is being done. Energy is recalibrating, DNA is reorganizing, frequency is upgrading. Think of a seed planted in the earth. Does the seed strain, hustle, or grind? No. It rests in darkness, in stillness, while unimaginable transformation takes place within. Its silence is not wasted. It is sacred. You are that seed now. You are in the soil of the cosmos, being rewired for a higher bloom. Rest is a spiritual necessity. When you sleep, when you lay in silence, when you honor the body's cry for pause, you are not losing time. You are anchoring eternity. In stillness, you allow the new codes to settle. In rest, you let spirit breathe through you. In radical surrender, you make room for the miracles you have been asking for. So release the illusion that you must keep doing. Release the programming that says you must prove your worth through output. Your worth was written in the stars before you were born. And in this moment, your greatest act of courage is not in what you do, but in what you allow. Do not mistake exhaustion for weakness. It is evidence of recalibration. Do not mistake stillness for passivity. It is the soil of manifestation. Do not mistake sleep for wasted time. It is the portal where the new reality locks in. The choice is before you. Push against the current of cosmic renewal, or float in trust as your being is upgraded. Choose wisely, for this is not simply about comfort. It is about your capacity to carry the light of the new timeline. Rest, beloved. Rest radically, for in your stillness the universe does its greatest work. Another critical mistake in this portal is the failure to establish clear, sacred boundaries in your social field. Just as your body is undergoing a cellular and energetic upgrade, your relationships are being recalibrated too. Who you allow into your space, who you give your attention to, who you energetically open your field to. These choices will determine whether your frequency rises or collapses. There are two dangers here: the danger of total isolation and the danger of entanglement. With energy vampires, on one hand, some withdraw completely. Out of fear of contamination, they cut themselves off from everyone. But isolation, when rooted in fear, creates stagnation. Your aura is not meant to shrink into a cave. You are a node in the great cosmic web, and your frequency contributes to the collective. To withdraw in bitterness or avoidance is to choke off your own light. On the other hand, there are those who continue to leak energy to the wrong people. They sit in circles of gossip, in conversations that drain, with companions who thrive on their light but give nothing back. These are the energy vampires. They are not always malicious, they may even be unaware, but they pull from your field, leaving you fatigued, foggy, and spiritually disoriented. This is why energetic discernment is crucial in this season. Ask yourself with each interaction, does this connection expand my spirit, or does it shrink it? Do I feel lighter and clearer after being with this person, or do I feel heavy and clouded? The body never lies. Your nervous system will tell you before your mind has even formed the thought. Trust it. During this manifestation window, the field is wide open, which means that every energetic exchange is amplified. To sit with someone who feeds on complaint is to multiply complaint in your own aura. To align with the soul who vibrates in truth and love is to multiply your own capacity for truth and love. This is why your soul tribe matters. Not everyone who was with you in the old season can walk with you into the new one. This is not about judgment, it is about resonance. Two instruments tuned to different keys cannot harmonize. To force connection with those not vibrating at your level is to create dissonance in your own song. You are not abandoning them. You are simply refusing to lower your light to match theirs. Instead, you hold steady, and when they are ready to rise, they will find you shining. Here is your mantra for this phase. If it does not nourish my soul, it does not get my energy. Say it aloud. Write it down. Repeat it before every conversation, every gathering, every interaction. This is not selfishness, it is spiritual hygiene. You are not rejecting others. You are protecting the sacred vessel that carries the codes of your new reality. Practical application is simple yet profound. Limit time with those who drain. Expand time with those who inspire. Say no when your spirit contracts, without guilt or justification. Say yes when your heart expands, without fear or hesitation. Your social field is the ecosystem in which your frequency blooms or withers. Tend it like a sacred garden. Remove the weeds of drama, complaint, and energetic leaching. Water the soil with presence, laughter, truth, and love. Surround yourself with those who call your higher self forward. Remember this. Boundaries are not walls. Walls keep everyone out. Boundaries invite the right ones in and keep the wrong ones from siphoning your light. Boundaries are not cruelty. They are clarity. And in this cosmic window, clarity is protection. So guard your social energy with reverence. Release the compulsion to please, the guilt of saying no, the fear of disappointing others. Your frequency is your first responsibility. And in this season, the universe is not measuring how much you gave to others. It is measuring how faithfully you protected the codes you were entrusted with. The souls who are meant for you will meet you in resonance. The ones who are not will fall away. Let them. For in this shedding, you make space for your true tribe to arrive. And with them, your path into the new timeline will not be heavy, but light-filled, expansive, and free. Another subtle but powerful trap in this season is the obsession with external validation, constantly scanning for signs, synchronicities, and confirmations from the outside world while ignoring the oracle that already lives within you. Yes, signs and synchronicities are real. Numbers repeating on a clock, feathers on the path, words overheard at just the right moment. These are winks from the universe. But they are not the source of truth. They are only reflections, ripples in the mirror of reality pointing you back to yourself. When you begin to worship the reflections, you forget the light that casts them. In this heightened manifestation window, there is a danger of developing a dependency on external confirmation. Some souls cannot make a choice without waiting for a certain number to appear, or a message to come through a video, or a friend to validate what they already feel. This creates spiritual paralysis. You are meant to be guided from within, not led by a scavenger hunt of omens outside of you. The universe is training you now to awaken your inner oracle. This is the deep intuitive knowing that arises in silence, not in scrolling. It does not shout, it whispers. It is not dramatic, but it is undeniable. It will often contradict logic, timing, or social expectation, but it will never lead you astray. When you cling to external signs, you place your power in the hands of forces outside your control. When you cultivate your inner oracle, you reclaim sovereignty. Signs may confirm, but they are not the compass. The compass is already within you. Consider this truth. The more you chase external signs, the more your frequency broadcasts neediness. And neediness attracts trickster energy. Not every sign comes from light. There are entities in the unseen who delight in leading wandering souls deeper into confusion, offering counterfeit synchronicities to keep them looping. This is why discernment is everything. The true path is subtle and steady. when you feel a tug of knowing in your gut, a soft resonance in your chest, a still small voice that requires no justification, that is your inner oracle speaking. Trust it even when the signs do not align, for often the signs lag behind the truth already seated within you. This is not about rejecting synchronicity. It is about restoring right relationship with it. Signs are confirmations, not commands. They are encouragements, not authorities. They may cheer you on, but they cannot walk the path for you. The more you practice turning inward, the more fluent you become in the language of your soul. Meditation, journaling, stillness, and breathwork all strengthen the channel. The less you run outward, the more you discover the infinite well within. And when you root into this inner oracle, you no longer live at the mercy of the outer world's noise. You move from sovereignty, not superstition. Here is the call for this stage. I trust my inner guidance. Comment it, declare it, write it where you can see it daily. Let it become a mantra that overrides the need for validation. When you embody this, you step into the maturity of your spiritual path. You are no longer a seeker begging for crumbs of proof. You are a creator, walking in certainty, aligned with the source within you. And that certainty is unshakable, even when the outer signs fall silent. Perhaps the most insidious mistake of all, the one that lurks silently at the threshold of your becoming, is self-judgment. Up until now, you may have been careful with your words, mindful of your consumption, and attentive to your rest. Yet, when all the outer alignments are in place, this one inner saboteur can still halt the entire process. Self-criticism is the final gatekeeper of your transformation. Imagine the caterpillar inside the chrysalis. From the outside, it may look like nothing is happening, just stillness, just waiting. But inside, an alchemy is taking place, tissues dissolving, wings forming, a new being emerging. Now, imagine if the caterpillar could judge itself in that moment. Why am I not flying yet? Why am I so weak? Why am I still a mess of cells instead of a butterfly? That very judgment would create resistance in the process, halting the integration that nature itself had perfectly designed. And this is exactly what self-judgment does to you in this manifestation window. When you criticize yourself, I'm not meditating enough, I'm still overthinking, I don't feel worthy, I'm falling behind. You send a disruptive frequency into the delicate metamorphosis of your being. The quantum field is listening not only to your visions but also to the tone with which you treat yourself. Self-judgment is often mistaken for discipline, but it is not the same. Discipline is rooted in devotion. Self-judgment is rooted in fear. Discipline says, I will keep showing up because I honor my becoming. Judgment says, if I do not perform perfectly, I am unworthy. The first feeds your transformation. The second starves it. In truth, self-compassion is the master key in this season. It unlocks the gates when nothing else will move. Compassion is not indulgence. It is alignment. It is not letting yourself off the hook. It is keeping yourself tethered to love, which is the very frequency that carries your transformation forward. Every time you catch yourself in judgment, pause and breathe. Replace the voice of criticism with the voice of the nurturer. Whisper to yourself, it is okay. I am unfolding. I am exactly where I need to be. My wings are forming. This gentle shift doesn't just soothe your heart, it directly accelerates the integration process. Because here is the truth few will tell you. Your integration is not powered by force, but by allowing. And nothing opens the doorway of allowing faster than compassion. If you could see yourself from the higher vantage point, you would recognize the immense courage it takes simply to stand in this transformation. The universe is not asking you to be flawless. It is asking you to be present, to keep going, to forgive yourself as many times as necessary until compassion becomes your natural state. Release self-judgment, and the chrysalis will dissolve in its own time. Hold on to it, and you will remain trapped, wings pressed against a wall that is not even real. The choice is yours. Be your own executioner or be your own midwife. You have now walked with me through the 9 critical mistakes, 9 subtle but powerful traps that can halt your ascension and collapse your manifestation window. We began with mistake number 1, low vibrational communication, the danger of gossip, and complaint, where words become weapons against your own field. Then mistake number 2, mindless consumption, both media and food, reminding us that what you take in becomes the frequency you carry. Mistake number 3, impulsive decision-making warned against false urgency and premature action. Mistake number 4, fear-based future. Thinking showed how your thoughts issue direct commands to the quantum field. We saw in mistake number 5, ruminating on past wounds, how the moon can pull us into reliving rather than remembering, and how cord cutting frees us from old cycles. Mistake number 6, overactivity and ignoring. Rest needs gave you permission to rest as a sacred act. Mistake number 7, poor social boundaries called you to discernment, neither isolation nor energy vampirism, but alignment with your soul tribe. Mistake number 8, external validation. Seeking reminded you that your inner oracle is stronger than any outer sign. And finally, mistake number 9, self-judgment, the last gatekeeper, showed that compassion is the master key that allows integration. Beloved, you are not here by accident. If these words have found you, it is because your soul is ready to walk forward in power. These mistakes are not curses. They are mirrors, showing you exactly where to reclaim your energy. If this message resonated, share it with at least one awakening soul who needs it. Subscribe so that you remain connected to this stream of guidance. And comment below with the words, "I walk forward in power." Let the field hear your declaration. Go now, blessed and sovereign. Your wings are forming.